Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I have with me Ms. Surbhi Singhal. She is a center head at IPSA Daycare Phase 5. She is here to tell us and enlighten us about the challenges of online learning. As most of us know, March 2020 was a time of turmoil in the education sector. Yes, everything was shifted to online learning. Educators all around the world had to shift overnight to online learning. And around 70% of the students worldwide were affected by this. They were affected by the shutting down of schools. So, Surbhi Singhal will today tell us about her personal experiences and her challenges when it comes to e-learning. Hello ma'am, how are you?
I'm good, Shivanshi. Thank you very much.
So ma'am, first of all, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Shivanshi.
So today we'll be basically touching upon a few challenges that are pertaining to online learning.
Okay.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my first question that I ask everybody, what is that new skill that you've learnt during this time?
A new skill I would say I have learned is multitasking. See, we have been doing multitasking before also, being a working mother. All mothers, they do multitasking, but the multitasking that we have done during this time has increased many folds, because now with social distancing in place, we are not taking any people inside our houses, we are not going anywhere, so we were all on our own. So everything we had to do on our own, be it the cleaning of the house, be it the taking care of the children, be it the office work, because office work was never shut, we were working throughout. So the basic challenge was doing everything on your own, and I'm sure many working mothers can relate to this situation, that this has been very challenging and it has pushed our boundaries, and the skill that is learnt is multitasking, definitely.
Very true ma'am, and I agree. I think because with multitasking what happens is we learn to do everything in one go.
Yeah.
And I think that's a skill that
so
must
I have brushed up my hobbies also during this time. That was again an added thing in multitasking. So I brushed up my skills of painting, and I am quite a creative person. So I love doing all these things. Besides all these works, I have actually spent some time with my hobbies also.
So probably that's how you've kept yourself busy also.
Yeah, that's all. There were so many things to keep myself busy, with children at home, husband at home, work at home. So everything was so much of everything.
That's great. Very good to know, ma'am.
Yeah.
So moving on, I want to know, since like you must be knowing, the shutting down of schools was very rapid.
Yeah.
And like I said before, everything had to move to online learning overnight.
Yeah.
Do you think that the teachers had very less time to prepare and plan for the same?
Yeah, that's right, Shivanjali. The lockdown news came actually quite rapidly, and though we all knew that this is gonna happen, it was all there in the news and everything. We all knew that this is going to happen, but certainly we were not expecting such a nationwide lockdown would happen so frequent, so rapidly, and everything was shut suddenly, and we were closed in our houses. Very less time, yes. There was very little time for us to prepare and plan the things. But yeah, the first month of the lockdown, we had taken this time to prepare. I think with all the schools and educational institutions, the online teaching also started after a month. So this time we had to prepare our teachers, to prepare ourselves and plan for the oncoming online classes, because by that time, by the end of 1 month, we could gauge that this is not going to end soon. This will take a long time to normalize. So the online teaching is the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Moving on, ma'am, I don't know if you know, but YouTube is the largest source of digital content.
Yeah.
So how do you think a child can be monitored to watch educational content and not otherwise?
Yeah. See, during this time, children have become quite fond of YouTube because YouTube provide a vast variety of content, audio visual content, and children get attracted towards these audio visual content quite easily. Now they cannot make out what is right or what is wrong. But there is a vigilant watch that all parents must have when their children are spending their time online, because there is a lot of content on YouTube which is not child friendly, and the children should not be watching it. So to keep it under control, we have either you can go through some settings. So every phone has some settings. So there is one thing that you can do is you can turn on your safe search filter. There is a setting in your phone which is safe search filter. If you keep it on, then it will stop all the adult content, or otherwise that your child should not see. It won't come to your phone. And then after that, if you say you have other things also to control the screen time of your children, there are apps available online like Dinner Time or Family Link. These are the apps which are available online, and these apps actually help you to control and monitor what your child is doing over the internet. So you can set the nap time, you can even set the dinner time, you can set the study time on these apps, and you will get a proper review of the whole day. When you open it in the end of the day, you will get a total review of the whole day, how your child has spent the time online. So this is usually for the elder children. But if I talk about younger children, there is one more thing that parents can do. You should download YouTube for Kids. YouTube Kids is there, which is quite good. They have most of the content which is child friendly. Most of the animated series are there, having good language skills. So there is learning happening through that. So those who have the parents, those who have very young children at home, they can download YouTube Kids and should not give access to the kids to the normal YouTube, because then they are exposing them to a wide variety of content.
So moving on, ma'am, as you know, like many of the premier private schools, they have smart classes, and which obviously makes their teachers more tech savvy. But 1 in 5 schools in India actually don't have smart classes, and that is a problem because the teachers cannot cope up with online learning. So do you think this is a challenge? This can be a problem?
Shivanshi, see, when you talk about smart classes per se, the teaching on smart classes are way different than teaching online. Because when you are teaching through smart classes, it's almost like you are going through a software, you are selecting some videos, you are uploading, you are showing them to the kids who are sitting in front of you. But when you go online, it is a way different. You have to learn the technology of different platforms. Now, given so many platforms are available these days, schools have chosen according to their needs. There are softwares like Microsoft Teams, Google Teams, Google Meet as well, Zoom. So there are so many platforms available. Now, learning technology through these platforms has not been easy. Even for the teachers, those who are teaching at the premier schools, it was not easy for them to learn so rapidly, so instantly. So think of the plight of the teachers, those who were not using any such thing before also. So this has been a very challenging time for teachers especially, and the whole teacher fraternity, I would say, they have come up as the warriors at this time. They have taken everything into their stride and done everything to make the education possible in these times. So we have become better in many sense. If you talk about technology, especially, we are far better now than before. So be it a teacher at a premier school or a teacher coming from a small town village, even everybody has done something better than before.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. I think with changing times, the entire teaching industry has also changed and evolved for the better.
Yes, definitely.
So, moving on, ma'am. So, ma'am, do you think that e-learning, online learning, basically is has affected the already burdened parents? They're juggling office work, they're juggling their household work, and then they have to juggle with the work when they have to put in their hours with the child for their online learning. So, do you think this is making the learning less effective for the child because attention is not given properly to the child? So, do you think it's affecting the learning?
Yeah, certainly, Shivanjali. See, this lockdown has come rapidly, and we were not expecting this kind of a lifestyle change totally. When you have to do all of your work by yourself, and there is no help at home, no outsourced people you can have to do different chores of your house. So, definitely, parents were burdened in the beginning when it all started. Now everybody is getting accustomed to this kind of style of living. Now parents are understanding that learning has to happen, because if you let the children just to, if you are not spending time on online teaching or some structured teaching, then the child is spending time on mindless browsing of the internet. They are anyways watching, they are spending time on the screen. But why not to let the child watch something meaningful? Let the child interact with the teachers. But if I say, definitely the online classes will never be able to take place, replace the physical classes.
Right.
Especially for the younger children, they have to go out, they have to become social, they have to experience those things. So physical classes cannot be definitely replaced, and we all are waiting for the situation to normalize, and it should happen soon now.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, ma'am, because I feel let's if I say this, but the environment is so important over here. When a child is coming here to the school or to the daycare, being with everyone, learning, and
Yeah.
then that only makes the process of growth for all the other concepts more rapid
Right.
and it's more effective.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, ma'am, now I'd want to know from a health perspective from you. Do you think this extra screen time is safe for the child? Do you think it's good, this extra screen time that the child gets?
See, Shivanjali, this extra screen time, when you say, it's about setting your priorities right. If you take this time which we are providing, the screen time that we are providing, if you consider it as extra, that's your perspective. But if you think that the child is anyways spending time, lot of his or her time on screen, why not, if I ask you that what will you prefer? The child is spending time on unstructured, mindless browsing where no learning is happening, no interaction is happening. Would that be better, or something which is very well planned, which is very well structured, and it is done through a researched curriculum? Will that be better, where the child has the opportunity to interact with the teachers, with his teachers, where he would make the bonding with the teacher, with his classmates? Would that be better? So if you are considering that this is extra screen time, then you have to change your perception. It's not that what we are doing, it's a lot of hard work that we are putting in through
Right.
these online classes. So parents also, they are understanding these days now that definitely, because now this is the only way we are trying to make the education happen. So this is the best way that we can do
Yeah.
at present.
Obviously, like again, I am in full agreement to that because what happens is that we as educators are also making very clear it's all about prioritizing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is unexpected, probably let's say holiday, but the learning is ongoing and it cannot stop at any given point of time.
Yeah.
So, prioritizing and making the learning come first Because if this was not there, if the situation was not there in the first place, the child would be coming here, going to the preschools or schools, and the learning would have been continuing.
Yeah.
But again, since we're talking about how learning has gone from the schools to their homes, I think it still needs to continue. So obviously prioritizing it obviously needs to be the utmost objective.
Yeah.
So perfect, ma'am. I think with this we are done, and thank you for coming once again,
Thanks a lot, Shivanjali.
and thank you for sharing your insights with us.
Thanks a lot, Shivanjali. I loved being here.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll see you soon, and I wish you health and happiness always.
Thank you, Shivanjali. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye.